standoff. I wonder if it was a standoff that I've got such a mess on this desk from today's works. We basically rebuilt two drones. Well, rebuilt two drones, and we've half built another one. Anyway, welcome to the live stream, everybody. I don't know if those side lights are a bit too distracting this week because they are a lot closer because of some of the filming that we've been doing over the past few days. So I can turn them off if they are a bit too bright. But let me know in the comments down below. It's been a week and we do have quite a few updates for y'all. And 420 FPV, welcome back, buddy. Welcome back, Connor Clark. How's it going, guys? So, I need to find the standoff. The standoff seems to have fallen off. Rebuilt this today. And this, you may have seen it on Instagram, is a 6S Avian. So the Avian RC Icon 2.5-inch max is amazing. Absolutely stunning. And I wanted to build the ultimate of sub-250 drones for me to keep and have fun with. Because it's great being a reviewer and you get to review all these new products and that's really good and really exciting. But I do like to keep something for fun, and that's been the sub 250 Oasis Fly 25 up to now, but I think this is better, and what we've done with it is even more so better. Evening Eco, and Connor Clark says he likes the LEDs. Brilliant, glad to hear it. So what we've done is we've added the Team Motor 1404 29,000 kV motors to this, which are 6S rated. We've added an 03 air unit, which is a little bit heavier, but I need my 04s for the professional side of things. So until I can afford to get a few more. And also, I don't really want to necessarily put an 04 in here because of how far it sticks out. We've got, under the hood, an Oddity RC F7, F7 6S all-in-one flight controller. And then obviously we've got the Flyfish Nano GPS. So we've got the best of the best, minus the 04, but I think the 04 sticks, because this isn't designed for the 04, it just sticks out a little bit too much. Hey Connor, how you doing, buddy? And how are you, Eco? So that's where we're at with this, and I think this is going to be pretty damn special. We'll take it out hopefully tomorrow. The props are wrong because I've just wired the motors up. In whichever ones I picked up off the desk, but we're going to sort that out later on, get it all sorted. Boy Wonder is here. Boy Wonder says I didn't get a notification, and he's also a member. Welcome, Boy Wonder. And then, as anybody who follows me on Instagram has seen this week, I've been practicing my mighty flips. Evening Kahuna, how's it going, buddy? Good to see you in here. I know you and I speak on Instagram quite often. So yeah, anybody who does follow me on Instagram has noticed this week I've been practicing my matty flips. Wasn't very good at them at the start of the week. By the end of the week, I was doing a bit better. But in 2 days, I broke 2 of the beta FPV canopies. So I was sent a couple by a few people, and this seems to be the best one. This is TPU, and this isn't going to break. I am going to have to put some tape around the camera just to thicken it out a little bit. I'll probably use PTFE tape or something similar. And we will keep practicing our matty flips next week. Now, what I do want to do, I have made a video of this, and it will go out next week. But for anybody who's watching now, I've had a couple of people message me saying, I think I broke something off this red thing. I broke something off. This is your ELRS antenna. It's not broke off. There's only one end to it. People see it and then think, oh no, I've broken something. They haven't done. What I will say, however, is I thought I'd broken something this week because the ELRS antenna was knocked over in a crash and touched the VTX antenna. And my VTX signal then went really bad. I hadn't noticed it was touching. And that's why I've wrapped it around the bottom, because if that touches, you will have no VTX signal at all. What camera is that? It's whatever is in the Air 65S Air 65 Matrix. I'm not actually sure. I'm not sure if it's one of Beta FPV's own. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, I do need to just thicken it out a little bit to make it grip that print a little bit better. It's just a bit smaller than what that was printed for. Yeah, sorry, Cole, I'm not 100% sure. Connor Clark says I like the blue one. So, yeah, this is going to get beaten to within an inch of its life and then probably more next week. And I'm going to perfect those matty flips. I've been practicing my power loops as well because the thing is, like, I might do this every day, but sometimes you don't really get time to practice the skills. You get time to practice the editing and the presenting and the voiceovers. Sometimes the flying is sort of a secondary point. So that's where we're up to with that anyway. So we've got a couple of little updates there that I just cannot wait to go and absolutely bash the living daylights out of. Hopefully tomorrow, if the weather in the UK plays ball. Sorry, my camera's just flicked. I have been asked about the widgets on my jumper T15. So if you give me a second.
Welcome to HTX.
If I can just... So if I do that there, does the 04 cable need repinning? Nope, it's fine. If you've got an 03 capable board and an 03 capable cable, you don't need to repin it at all.
Telemetry
BTRF PV has a camera listed as a CO3. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I assume it's the wrong. We can see here from these widgets, it tells you your ELRS connection, your link quality, your DBMI, etc., etc. It also tells you battery, but it doesn't work on the Beta FPV boards. And underneath, you've got the GPS as well. So it'll give you how many satellites you've got. I did make a request to the developer that we could turn off GPS coordinates because obviously sometimes I'm flying in places where clients don't necessarily want things displayed, but they don't mind me taking videos. So that will now display the GPS, but without the GPS coordinates, but you can still select it with the GPS coordinates. I am going to make a video of this, but these widgets have made this controller far more usable in my eyes. Up to before, there really wasn't a massive excuse to use it. It was decent. It wasn't as good as the Boxer, but now I actually think it's better, to be honest. I just wish that, well, there is apparently some CNC gimbals for it now, isn't there? So I will take a look at those and see if they're any good. Andreo, hi. How are you? Nice to meet you. Big Kahuna says, I think flying a tiny up is just completely different feeling than normal quad. It is, and do you know what, right? Not only is it a completely different feeling, but I also think to some extent it makes it a little bit more difficult because you don't have the inertia. I just find it really difficult. To be fair, I have flown this one every day this week, and I noticed towards the end of the week I was getting a lot better, to be fair. I really was. But yeah, difficult one. Luke says, perfect, thanks. You're most welcome, Luke. Any other questions, please do drop by. Please double tap the screen as well, show us that you're here, and tap it 6 times if you want me to crash your drone. I'm more than happy to. There we go. Here they come. And Boy Wonder says, everybody like and subscribe. Connor Clark says, beautiful controller with a logo on it. It really does look nice. I just wish, like I say, that the thing with the Boxer is we've got the customizable switches. We've also got the CNC gimbals. Now, like I say, I do know that Jumper have released new ones, and I will take a look at those. But I've got a clear case coming from a Boxer, and I'm actually going to custom spray paint it. So then I've got, obviously, the custom AGO1 gimbals. I've got the custom buttons, and then I'm going to have a custom spray job on it as well. So, like, this is really, really good. I just wish there was a few more options to make it a bit more customizable. But that screen now really, really helps take it in a new direction. 420 FPV says, T15 or Boxer? I'm unsure which one to get, but I'll wait to try both of yours. Honestly, mate, it depends what you want. Like, I'm really conflicted. Generally speaking, I will fly the Boxer every day, but this week I've flown this every day as well as the Boxer. You can't go wrong with either, and now with those widgets, it's far more usable. It's a crapshoot. It really is. It's such a difficult one. let me come back to you 420 FPV. Let me have a think, and I'll come back. If you could just buy one, which one would it be? I think. Let me come back to you in a second. Let me check some of the other comments. Connor Clark says it looks cool, bro. Thanks, Connor. Let's stick it back on again because I do like.
Welcome
If
to
I
HTX.
connect this, no, this drone isn't connected to it, and I think. Oh no, I can show you. I can show you, gentlemen and ladies, if there is any ladies in here. Right, okay. Let me just connect this one-handed. Right. Just to show you how useful these widgets are now. Right. Now you can see. So you can see the battery now, look. I don't want to get the reflection of the quad in. There you go. So you can now see the battery's on 3.75 volts, 3.78 volts. Tells you what the current draw is, and underneath it tells you how many satellites it's got. When that satellite locks, you can set it up so that either it shows you the coordinates on screen or not. If you then have it set to coordinates off and crash, it will then pop the coordinates up on a crash. So this is a really great thing. It's been developed by an individual. And I've been speaking to him all week. He made a change for me, like I say, with the coordinates, because there are some clients who are commercially sensitive and can't have their sort of details out on one of my videos. So that, you know, he's made a really great change for me there. I think, if I'm honest, 420 FPV, this is the jumper's more functional now, but I think the boxer feels nicer in the hand. And
Telemetry lost.
like you can argue, really you want the one that feels better in the hand, but functionality is also really important as well. So I still don't know. I'll come back to you though, 420 FPV. I will keep debating in my own head, and I will get back to you as soon as I've decided. Eco says, managed to set up my Lightning 2 today, flown it indoors because the weather sucks. You're a braver man than me. How are you mounting the battery? Because the ones on YMZ FPV recommends don't fit. YMZ sent me 2 550 mAh GNBs, and they just fit like a glove. What size are you using? John User says, yo boss, I'm a licensed UAS pilot. Thanks for the streaming and helping out the newbies. More than happy, John. Any questions, please do drop them in the comments down below. Double tap the screen for love. Tap the screen 4 times so that I can crash only drones. Next drone. Oh, look, there's only drones. What a surprise. Welcome. Luke says, I'm currently building a Rotoraya Bobito 1S35mm prop with an 04 light using the FC out of the Meteor 65. Just need to design a camera mount to 3D print. Sounds good. Let us know when you've done it. Do tag us in a video. I want to feature as many of your videos as possible, guys. UAS means... Oh, in fact, no, I'll let the chat answer what UAS means, Boy Wonder. Yeah, I want to feature as many of your videos as possible. Quite a few people have submitted videos for the first sort of community featured video that I'm going to do. The more people that submit it, the more entertaining it will be. It'll be like a reaction video almost. And I'm going to let you guys know now. This is a faceless channel. I don't show my face because I've got a face for radio. Let's be fair. However, there is going to be a big change coming to the channel, and in time, and I'm talking probably when we hit 30,000 subscribers or just after, there will be videos of my face, sort of, on this channel. So please do stay tuned for that. Eco says, got the 452S from Ministar, hoping to try to jerry-rig a Velcro strap. Yeah, a Velcro strap should work, but the 550s from GNB fit just perfectly, so I'm not quite sure why they wouldn't do. Connor Clark says, finally. And Boy Wonder says, hello, what does UAS mean?
I'm waiting.
If only Boy Wonder had where he lives in the world, which is right next to me. Google what UAS means.
I'm so dumb.
Maybe he can Google it and come back and tell the chat what it actually means. I like how these props under blue light look luminous as well. Don't tell HQ props, but I actually quite like these GemFan props. I just wish it wasn't so rattly. They are so rattly. And I'm going to replace this Rush FPV. Somebody on my channel, and I can't remember your name, so if you're in the chat, pop up now and I'll remember it, has recommended a cheaper, smaller and lighter M10 GPS. So I'm going to switch that out. I'm at 245 grams with a battery, but obviously if I can save an extra 3 or 4 grams, then I can save an extra 3 or 4 grams and I'll be extremely happy. Could actually shorten this battery lead by quite a lot as well, to be fair. I could shorten it to about there and save plenty of weight. But Connor Clark, Boy Wonder lives next to you. Boy Wonder lives in my house because he's my son, but he's actually sat right next to me now. And 420 FPV said something before. What did you say? Haha, debate, even if it's later on Instagram. Honestly, just buy both. Just buy both. UAS means unmanned aircraft system. Connor Clark says, hi, Boy Wonder. Yeah, 420 FPV, just buy both. Just buy both. I bought the quad this morning whilst half asleep. I was weak and now I hate myself. What did you buy? Have you said what you bought? I don't think you have, Big Kahuna.
Yeah, yeah.
No. What did you buy, Big Kahuna? Let me know. 420 FPV says, yeah, okay. No, if... Right, okay. If you're not going to be doing stuff like stick cams, whereby you get a GoPro or a phone and you record your controller and then synchronize it up to your videos like I do, get the Boxer. Because once you've got the goggles on, you can't see the screen. Your spotter can, officer. Get the Boxer. Because it's bloody brilliant and you can customize it and make it look nice and it feels really nice in the hand. If you're wanting to be a bit flashy and a bit showy, then get the T15. Will says, British Joshua Bardwell. Hi, mate. Hi, you're all right, Will. How's it going, buddy? Let me know. Oh, Big Kahuna has bought the Nexa 3.5 Evo Pro, and now he hates himself. Don't hate yourself, bro. This, I make absolutely no bones about. I really do love how those props light up under these lights. Make no bones about when I say this is my favourite quad of, and I know, and forgive me, because I'm not throwing shade, but there are certain YouTubers that will say every quad that they review, but this is my favourite one. This is the best one of this year. This is my favourite quad I've ever reviewed, ever. It's under 250 grams. You've got more thrust and more authority and more speed in the air because it's 3.5 inches. Listen to those props rattle though. Switch those props out. They annoy me. They really do annoy me. That said, Gem fan have been quite nice to me this week. Don't tell HQ props because I might start a war. Unintentionally, of course, or is it? Let's find out. I know, yeah. HQ props. If you're in the chat, drop a smiley face or a sad face or an angry face. H2O, hi, how are you? What's the name of that drone frame? This is an Avion RC Nexa Evo Pro. It's a mouthful, and that's got the DJI 04 Pro, and it's the only frame that I've yet to get my hands on that fully protects, or yeah, I mean it pretty does. The chin is designed to protect the camera. That fully protects the DJI 04 Pro, and it comes in with a 660 mile lipo with GPS at 245 grams. I've got a review of it on the channel. I would highly recommend after this live stream you go away and watch that review because it is absolutely brilliant. Now, Big Kahuna, genuinely do not hate yourself for it because you're going to love yourself. Well, you might not love yourself, but you're going to love it. And when you get it, I need you to tag me in a video so I can feature you. I know you do that anyway, so that'd be brilliant. This one will definitely suit me as I still need a 3.5 inch. This is my first 3.5 inch. I've had 3 inches. Oh, in fact, no, wasn't the Stinger Bee 3.5? Or was the Stinger Bee 3? I got rid of the Stinger Bee. I didn't like it. It was good at the time. It was innovative at the time and it helped me fly better. And then over time, everything just got better and it sort of just didn't keep up, sadly. But yeah, H2O, please do watch the review if you can.
My chat's just gone now.
Oh, your chat's gone. Oh, reload the page. Yeah, please do watch the review of it. It's like the third latest video, and it's forgive me, I hate to sort of big myself up, but it's brilliant. It's a great one of my better reviews.
Which now.
Okay, Boy Wonder. And then drop a comment when you've watched it if you've got any questions, and I'm more than happy to answer it. So yeah, this is my favourite drone that I've ever reviewed for many reasons. Don't get me wrong. It doesn't mean that I prefer to fly it over anything else. It just means overall, it's my favourite one. I can pick it up. I can fly it anywhere I want to fly it. You know, and it's just it just fits every sort of angle almost. That said, doesn't mean that I don't pick up a 5-inch and have way loads of fun with it. It's just so perfect for everything. It's got the 04 Pro in it. It's under 250 grams. It's got GPS. Like, it's just so hard to sort of put it down. This, however, I think may actually catch up, because my favourite drone that I received last year was the Sub 250 Oasis Fly 25. And I make no bones about that. Now, I'm going to say this in the live stream.
Well.
It was your Boy Wonder's favourite as well. He flew that lots as well. Now, I'm going to make no bones about what I say, and I may even get clipped up and do myself an injustice here. But I think Sub 250 have really, really let themselves down with the Nimble 65 HD. They haven't added a beck to it, and they've sort of, ever since the Oasis Fly 25, they released the Oasis Fly 30, then the Nimble 65, which was a bit heavy, what was one of the most heavy 1S tiny whoops. It was great fun, don't get me wrong, and again, it was able to help me improve. But then they've released the 1S HD, and it browns out at 3.7 volts with an 04 light, and like it. So yeah. So I've decided the one that I'm going to upgrade to 6S is this. So we've got a 6S board, we've got 6S motors, I've got a 6S tune on it now. I've changed the antennas to these light antennas. There is a method to that madness, but it will just balance it out a little bit better as it gets thrown around. And obviously the 03 instead of the 04, because it is going to get beaten to within an inch of its life. Big Kahuna says, I have the Turn LR40, but only use it for the long range. I've never flown that. I have heard good things about it though, so do let me know if it is any good. I am looking for a few new things to feature on the channel. I am trying to get new sponsors wherever I go. There are plenty of companies that don't want to work with us because sometimes we are a bit too brutally honest, and then sometimes I have to use sort of, you know, my own funds to sort of buy the quads, but I'm more than happy to do that because I really do want to put this channel on the map. SOS Death Pilot says, can't wait to get mine and put the quad mule on hold. Got to be honest, bro. Got to be honest. So this is what I've built today. 6S, 2.5 inch icon. And this is my quad mule. Yeah. Again, the quad mule flies really good.
Straight down quad mule.
Yeah, the battery life of it was not brilliant, sadly. And the protection offered to the 04 Pro, considering it's an 04 Pro specific frame, just was unacceptable in my eyes.
The battery life was so low.
No, I know, but it was just unacceptable in my eyes, so gone. Caroline Tyler says, good evening. Only Drone says, mad how you didn't get one. I thought me and Sub 250 had a really good relationship. They often share my reels on Instagram, which gets more views than their own. I know I've made them lots of sales. And I just thought we had a really good working relationship, but what they actually sent me was a cable and a TPU bracket to upgrade my Nimble 65. Whereas other YouTubers had received the whole kit, which is fair enough, you know, it is what it is. But I think the reason why I only got a cable and a TPU part was because they knew that once I put it together, I was absolutely gonna expose it. And that video's coming pretty soon. Big Kahuna says, I've been flying the Oasis Fly 25 lately and thought yeah, you're absolutely right. So the Oasis Fly 25 is just a nuts little machine. It's just a crazy little machine. The Avion RC Nexa 3.5 Evo Pro is a bit more refined, a bit more, not necessarily laid back, because if you look at some of the Instagram reels I put up in the past 24 hours, you can throw it around just as well as the Oasis Fly 25, but it just offers that little bit more authority, that little bit more speed at a lower sort of throttle because of the bigger props that you use and so on and so forth. And yeah, it's a good balance to have. But now I have over 10 quads and my wife is annoying. Big Kahuna, what I want you to do is take a video, go up to your wife and say, listen, I've got 10 quads and you're annoying. And then just send us the reaction of what happens. I'm sure it will go absolutely fine. Big Kahuna says, I initially wanted to build a 3.5 inch quad myself, but the Nexus is cheaper. And in the end of your test, amongst other things, convinced me to buy the Bind and Fly instead. You're right. By the time you've put all the parts together and then you've done it yourself, you might just as well buy it yourself. It is like I worked out the parts and I don't know how Avion RC make a profit. And that was one of the reasons why I said to them, yep, I'd love to work with you, but please don't make me use an affiliate because I don't want to take any of your profits away from you, because what they're doing is amazing. And the more money they can reinvest back into the business, my opinion is for the better. So, but yeah, that's the Quad Mueller Gin DJI 04 Pro specific. In my opinion, I know that Quad Mueller did put out a post in relation to what I'd said, showing how much protection it had at different angles. And ultimately what they said is if you fly it at a really flat angle, you've got lots of protection from the chin. Yeah, nobody does that. Nobody does it. And again, if you look at the angle of that, and now I appreciate that does stick out, but yeah, no Quad Mueller, no. I am going to build a Quad Mueller split 5 siren thing on the channel from scratch, and I'm still going to give them a chance because I think what they do is great. I really do. Did they really do a post? Yeah, they did. Go and check Quad Mueller's Instagram post. No words. And then SOS Death Pilot says, I just got the Avion 3.5. What do you think of it? So, this is a house brick. No, it's a DJI FPV. And this is what Boy Wonder got himself for his birthday. He cut a deal with me, and I cut a deal with somebody else. And deals were cut everywhere, and money was, and yeah, basically, he's got himself a DJI FPV. He can fly proper FPV, but yeah, it's quite good because he needed his own set of goggles and he needed his own controller. Well, he didn't need his own controller, but he needed his own set of goggles. And ultimately, the deal that I managed to cut actually, yeah, it was good. It was really good. Does he know? He does know only drones. He does. Caroline Tyler says that's a blast from the past. SOS Death Pilot says not got it yet. It's on the way. Oh, okay. Connor Clark says wow. And SOS Death Pilot says I have that. Like I said, I have all 3. Okay, brilliant. Nice. So yes, Big Kahuna, DJI FPV, my first love. So Boy Wonder's got this because he does like to help me with the filming. He can fly normal FPV, probably as good as me, to be fair. Caroline Tyler says, sorry, Boy Wonder, that you didn't win the quad. Boy Wonder says, that's okay. Somebody else won, didn't he? Yeah, it was a bit sad. He tried, but he's always in the middle of doing something. But yeah, it was a bit sad, but he understands that it's the luck of the draw, and unfortunately his luck wasn't in that particular day. So I've managed to get him a set of goggles, and obviously he's got this as well, and he's going to use this for helping me film when I want to do chase scenes and stuff because it's got a little bit of added protection built into it. He doesn't really need it, but he's always wanted one of these, so I figured why the hell not. It just made sense. And like I say, he's got his own DJI goggles now, which helps me because normally what I have to do is fly walks now when he wants to fly DJI because of, but not anymore. Not anymore. Little Nuggy says, do you do FPV?
Yes. We do FPV every day.
I'm not sure. Are you talking to me, Little Nuggy? Are you talking to Boy Wonder? Boy Wonder says, I'm back, and Only Drone says, sports mode is king for chase. Little Nugget is talking to me. Yep, this FPV drone channel on YouTube does indeed do FPV drones with all the FPV drones on the bench. If I can help you, please do let me know. But what I'm also going to do with this, as agreed with Boy Wonder, is I'm going to review it. So I'm going to take it for a couple of flights, and I'm going to review it, and I'm going to find out if the DJI FPV is still worth considering buying in
I
2025.
might go buy it and put some footage in there. In a video maybe.
Yes, and I think I already know what the answer is going to be, because this is a channel aimed at newbies. But we're going to find out, and hopefully if the weather stays nice next week, we'll find out. But he loves it, Only Drones. He's so excited to fly it. Unfortunately, it's not stopped raining all day today. Okay,
My little hand just thumbs up.
so oh,
Just watch it. Look, one drone.
Only Drones autocorrect did me a dirty. Yeah, I did see that.
No.
I'm going to buy a Meteor 75 to get into the hobby, says Little Nuggy. Well, I don't know. Did you see the review that we did of the Meteor 75 yesterday? It's the most recent video on the channel. I highly recommend it. However, can I just say, anybody considering buying the Meteor 75 that hasn't yet bought a quad, I will have the Mobular, whatever it's called. I don't know what it's even called, but the Mobular
8 maybe. Whatever
from
it is.
Happy Model with the 04 Pro next week. And I'm also, put that down.
I'm just holding it.
It's all right, mate. I'm also getting next week, as part of a collaboration with somebody, but I can't tell you who just yet, the Flywoo Flybe 16 with the DJI 04 as well. So we have got lots of new quads coming back. Caroline Tyler says it's very fast for a brick. Caroline, I saw Only Drones fly it last year. He Only Drones does a lot of the chase footage for me.
The DJI FPV.
The DJI FPV, yeah. And a lot of the chase footage he uses was obviously the DJI FPV. And for anything but a 5-inch, it keeps up really, really well. I actually got him to follow me with a 7-inch yesterday, but obviously I was quite low in the throttle because obviously 7-inch versus, I think it's a 3.5-inch prop, isn't it, on the FPV? But it doesn't half shift. Little Nugget says, I did not. I just come across this live. I'll sub. Thank you. I appreciate that, Little Nugget. Do check it out. When this live's finished, this live will be finished in about half an hour or so. Please do check it out because I've got lots of flight footage. I show you how to set it up in Betafly. I show you how to bind it. We go through what the plus and the cons are, and also another drone that you might want to consider as well, depending what type of flying you're doing. So it is well worth watching. If I do say so myself. Big Kahuna says, have a nice evening, everyone else, and I'll see you next time. Big Kahuna, I'll catch you, no doubt, on Instagram. Take it easy, my buddy.
Goodbye.
And Caroline Tyler says, Big Kahuna, love your burgers. And Only Drone says, bye, dude. So that's what Boy Wonder got for his birthday. He's buzzing. He's loving his new goggles. He's wanted a pair of DJI goggles for so long. And we're gonna thrash them. We're gonna beat them, and it's gonna be amazing. We've got the 75 and the 65 Air there as well from Beta FPV. SOS. Oh, sorry. Eco says, have a good one. Thanks for the stream. Take it easy. I'm going to be here for another 20 minutes or so. But if anybody is heading off, thank you so much for joining us. And until next time, peace out. SOS Death Pilot says, crazy. I have them all. I got them on Christmas before the 04 came out. Need to get the 3-in-board one to convert. Yeah, absolutely. Little Nuggy says, great, because I don't know about what controller and goggles are good. Looking at the Radio Master Boxer and the VR03. I assume they're analog goggles. Boy Wonder, could you pass me the Boxer, please? We need to go back to the debate of the T15 versus the Boxer. Can you reach it without breaking anything?
Yes, it's a bit heavy though.
I'll have to apologise. I am absolutely full of a cold once again.
Don't want to hold this.
Right.
I'm using fidgeting with stuff.
I'm going to have to hold this because I've got a stick cam on it. Now then, chat, first of all, which one would you pick? Would you
Seen
pick?
the knobs on there, the blue
No, I've not
ones.
put them on because I'm going to take it apart and put the OLED screen in Anna.
Oh.
But chat, this is the Radio Master Boxer. Wipe the lens. I don't think it's a lens, mate. I think it's the LEDs. I think they're too close.
Maybe just turn the brightness down.
Oh, that's a bit better. So that's the Radio Master Boxer with AGO1 gimbals and custom aluminum buttons.
Yeah, it's the LEDs that making it.
Is it?
a bit blurry.
Getting mega glare. I think the glare should be gone now, but I think some of it is because of the LED positions. They're just a little bit close, but I can't do anything about that because I'm building about 27 different quads at the minute. Did you catch the Bird 25 video I put up? Great show. Just shows how much fun whoops can be. I've watched half of it so far. I'm going to leave a comment once I watch the second half. But the first half was really impressive. Really impressive. Only Draw says much better. SOS Death Pilot says, love watching you, sir. Thank you so much. Yes, I have the 1S, 2S Fly Fire. Oh, nice. And the one with the ducks. I've actually got the Fly Lens 85 next to me, but I can't grab it just yet because I'm having to hold this controller because of the stick cam. Although I've got a better solution now, so I might even take that off. So right, chat. Which one would you buy? In fact, which one do you fly? In fact, Only Drones has flown both of my controllers. Which one do you prefer? I think that looks nicer, but that's got the screen. That feels nicer and has got better gimbals, but that's got the screen and an internal memory. So that's got an SSD. Well, it's not an SSD. It's a solid state memory. It's not a solid state drive. For me, it's what's cheaper and works well. In that case, Little Nugget, I can recommend whichever one of these is cheapest in your country, because I appreciate it's different in different countries. Whichever one of these two is the cheapest, buy it, because they are both brilliant. I fly them both virtually every day. Only Drones, you flew the T15 with the Avion RC. So this one, the blue one. I use the Pocket and it's the cheapest. I'm not a fan of the Pocket. Only Drones has got the Pocket. I have used it. I'm not a fan of it. Mainly because of one reason. Only Drones says the T15 feels better. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. The issue I've got, why I don't like the Pocket, is I've got hands that are the size of a shovel. And the Pocket, for me, is just too small. If we look at my hand over the Boxer, look, like my hand's just too big for it. Way just too big. So the Radio Master's slightly larger, which is probably why it feels a bit nicer in my hand. I do like the aluminum buttons massively, and I do like the gimbals. But that does fly really, really well, and I've flown that as well every day this week, and not once have I been disappointed. So whichever one is the cheapest is my recommendation. Little Nuggy says the Boxer is cheaper by $15. Buy the Boxer then. 100% buy the Boxer. It's a brilliant controller. The only thing you're not getting is that colour touchscreen. So the difference is...
Maybe that's why the blue one's more expensive.
Do you know what? I think the Jumper was cheaper in the summer.
HTX. Turtle mode
Yeah,
on.
it sounds my control.
So obviously that... Yeah. So that's what the screen looks like of the T15, and that's what it looks like of the Jumper. So that's the only thing you're not getting is that full colour. Everything else you're getting. Bearing in mind these gimbals and these custom buttons are all custom. You don't, unless you buy the Boxer Max, I don't actually think you get the buttons with the Boxer Max. I'm not sure, maybe you do. So obviously yours will just be like all black. But the Boxer's a great controller. You are missing out on that screen though. That screen is really, really nice. But the question is, how nice is it going to be in the middle of the summer months when it's bright sunshine, if we actually get any? Caroline Tyler says, I've just got the Pocket Crush for a friend and I was setting up for her. Found out it's missing the global variable. Oh, wow. I assume if you just flashed the latest version of Edge TX, it should fix that. I assume. If not, that's even weirder. Only Drone says it's heavier, and I've got big man hands. Yeah, one of us has to... Oh, my power pack's just gone out.
Nice.
The power pack. It's okay. There's no more glare at least, so that's a bonus. Yeah, I've got big man hands. Crazy, I come from a DX9 Black, says SOS Death Pilot. And Only Drone says it's heavier as well, which I think is why I like it, to be honest, because it's bigger and heavier in the hand. And obviously Only Drones has got girls' hands. So SOS Death Pilot says, I'm thinking about the big one. Yeah, I mean, like I say, either one, you're absolutely going to love it. Turn them off, it's killing the Wi-Fi. What, the lights? Or, oh, when I turn these on? Oh, wow, okay, right. That's a good point. They might be set to 25 milliwatts, officer. I've not checked. What goggles do you recommend? Because people say the VR3 is only good for beginners, and I want to upgrade. Honestly, little nugget. Honestly, my recommendation is to get a pair of goggles N3 from DJI. The reason I say this is I don't think there's any point in starting with an analog drone in 2025 because you're instantly going to want to upgrade. And that's the problem I've got with recommending an analog kit these days. I did actually do a review for a company in November of an analog kit, and I recommended it. But the video hasn't come out yet because they then delayed the release. So by the time it comes out, it is going to be a little bit, what's the word, out of date. So I am going to have to update the description because in 2025, I'd probably not recommend that that's what you do, to be fair. So I'd recommend the goggles N2 and then get the Meteor 75 HD. Yeah. Dominic says, are the AGO ones worth the upgrade on the Boxer? The simple answer, Dominic, is do they make you fly better? Absolutely not. But do they look amazing? Yes. They feel nicer. But they don't make you fly any better. They don't make you a better pilot. They look really nice and they feel really nice. And in my opinion, it was worth doing the upgrade for. But it hasn't improved the flying. So maybe more batteries or another quad without an 03 in it for the same sort of price would get you flying more. If you don't need to improve your flying skills and your flying skills are right up there, then don't worry about it. Where are we? Sorry. SOS Death Pilot says, yep, I like the bigger TX. Yep, I actually flew the TX16S for the majority of my first 18 months until the Boxer came out, and this was just a little bit more convenient. I've still got the TX16S and fly it for fixed wing. Jan says, Boxer Crush. Well, this is going to be a sort of Boxer Crush by the time I finish with it, but a custom one. SOS Death Pilot says, I have 2 pockets to teach kids to fly tiny whoops. Yeah, the Pocket is a great radio if you've got small hands or for kids. But then I actually recommend the iFly Commando for kids. That's what I've got my kids, and I think it's better. DJI N3 4.5. I don't know what the 4.5 means, Nuggy, sorry. Only Drone says the AGO ones on the Pocket is a massive upgrade. Dominic says, in what way do they feel better? Smoother? I think the grips on them are nicer than standard. They're a lot more. There's a lot more friction to them, so they feel a lot more authoritative when you move them. They are smoother because obviously they're CNC, but it's preference. If you know somebody that's got one, just have a feel of it, and you'll know pretty much straight away whether you like them or not. Some people don't like them at all. So, SOS Death Pilot says, so what is the 2TX there? So this is the Radio Master Boxer, and that is the Jumper T15. SOS Death Pilot says, screen 4.5. I don't know what you mean, sorry. I'm so sorry. My total then is about 466, which isn't bad. Does that include the HD version of the Meteor? I don't think that's a bad price to get into FPV at all. In the olden days, you used to be spending $600 on a set of goggles or a set of digital goggles. In fact, you can still spend $600 on a set of analog goggles, as mad as it sounds. Only Drone says, on the Pocket, they're like butter, so much smoother. Dominic says, I went from a Pocket to the Boxer. The larger gimbals are much better. The AGO ones seem to be the next logical step. I've used a TX16 and found it too large. Yeah, the TX16S is a bit, for my hands, it's not too large. The issue I've got with it is wielding it around. Especially if I'm taking something like this out. So if I'm taking out a 2.5-inch quad and then I'm carrying out a T16S as well, it's just ludicrous. There's just no need. Like, that's a perfect combo. Nice, compact, goes together really well. Both of them are really light, and away you go, and just grab your goggles, whichever ones. Little Nugget, it says N3 4.5. I don't know what that 4.5 means, buddy, but DJI M3 goggles, if you need to send me a link, drop it on Instagram and I'll double check them for you. Make sure it's all ERS. Most of the binding flies nowadays, and I think the Meteor is only ELRS, are generally only ELRS or TBS. Make sure that the controller you buy is ELRS as well. Dominic says, exactly, if I want to go and fly at a playground with a tiny up, I don't want to be lugging a T16S with me. Exactly, you absolutely spot on. That was one of the conversations I had myself and I was lugging this massive controller around, and I was thinking, what on earth am I doing? So then I got the Boxer, and then obviously, you know, we had a word with Jumper, and we got that off Jumper, and case around. But now with the widgets, that's so much more useful, way more useful. Dominic says, oh yes, the N3 has one 4.5 inch screen instead of two screens per, or one screen per eye, two in total. I get it. It is. I'm not sure, mate. You can go if you want. It is like a box goggle. However, for the price and the fact that you can get into the DJI ecosystem, go for it. If you've got enough money to buy a set of goggles 3, then buy a set of goggles 3 and never look back. But if you haven't, get the N3. SOS Death Pilot says, man, he's got a GPS on that. Nice. I've got a GPS on virtually every single one of my quads, SOS Death Pilot. I am a massive advocate. In fact, I'll show you. I am a massive advocate of always having GPS on a quad. One, it shows you, well, yeah, but I don't fly them ones. One, it saves you a lot of the time if you have a fail-safe. I had an incident a couple of years ago where I was flying over the sea, and I'd only just crossed over the land, and there was two sort of cliffs linking each other, but with the sea underneath them. And I was flying no more than 50 meters away. And as I went over the edge of the landmass and over the sea, I fail-safed. And if I hadn't have had GPS then, I would have lost a 5-inch and a GPS. The GPS kicked in, and it lifted it back up, got signal, and it fail-safed again. And this happened about 6 times until I landed it. I checked it, and there was nothing wrong with the quad whatsoever. I rebuilt it all completely from scratch. There was nothing wrong with it. I then flew at the same location last year, lots of packs, never once fail-safed. So you never know when it's going to happen. So if you've got a GPS, you can save yourself, especially if you've got an 04 or an 03 in it, you're saving yourself a couple of $100, a couple of £100. For me, even on these smaller quads, even on something like a Parvo, it's 100% worth it. Little Nuggy says it's all ELRS. I'm set, EP. Excellent, Little Nuggy. Do subscribe. Submit some footage once you've done your first flight, and I'll feature you in the community video. Only Drone says gorilla whooping with the Radio Master. Yeah, it was a bit wild. That even with a Boxer, gorilla whooping with that was a bit much. It'll be that from now on, or maybe even the iFlight Commando. But imagine gorilla whooping with the T16S. Forget that. Dominic says I can fit a Radio Master pocket, 75mm. Whoop, goggles and 8 lipos in a small rucksack instead of taking my big Torval bag. Absolutely. I generally sit in the back of my car, fly from the back of my car. So ultimately, if I can fit a load of kit under my back seat without everything rolling around and having to even get a bag out, that suits me down to the ground. But if I'm having to get the T16S out and everything else out, then I can't. Simple as that. SOS Death Pilot said, I said that screen, LOL. Them Torval bags are mathis. All my filming kit fits inside, says Only Drones. SOS Death Pilot, turn that down. SOS Death Pilot says, I have one on the Mors 7 LR. Yeah, I've got the Mors 7. I've got a review coming out of that pretty soon. I quite like that. It's a bit of a beast. Did you know, bit of trivia for you, on takeoff, it produces 100 decibels. Ask me how I know. Dominic says, I can't recommend any analog to anyone now, especially with the 04 light and the N3 goggles. My first goggles were 350 quid for some Sky Zones. Dominic, very similar situation. When the kits were coming out at 200 quid with everything for analog, it was really easy to recommend when you had things like the goggles 2 at 600 quid. really, really difficult to sort of get somebody in the hobby for under £1,000 at a time. Now, with the N3 and the 04 Lite, you can do it for maybe a couple of £100 more than an analog kit. There's, in my opinion, there is 0 point in advising anybody to start with analog in 2025 now the 04 Lite is out. SOS Death Pilot says, man, I guess I will have to get GPS then. Better safe than sorry. No, you're absolutely right. And like I say, somebody did recommend to me, and I can't remember what it was called now, but a GPS that's about the same size as that, but half the price. That's about 3 grams as well.
The Discord.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. Don Nugget says, all right. And Only Drones has added the Discord link. Thank you very much. If you need any help or you want to submit any footage for the community video, do it in the Discord. I'm going to go watch your Meteor 75 video real quickly. Well, it's 25 minutes long, so good luck on that. Dominic says, I've got GPS on all my quads other than the tiny whoops. For the sake of a tenner and some print filament, it's worth it. Dominic, you and I sound like twins because apart from tiny whoops, I've got GPS on every single quad. And I use exactly the same reasoning. For the sake of a tenner, one, you've got a cooler OSD, and you've got speed, if anyone ever asks, because people always ask how fast it is, but you've also got that safety net. And for the sake of a tenner, even just to save an 04, just do it. SOS Death Pilot says, who Discord? My Discord. Squadding Quads Discord. There's a link as dropped by Only Draws. Just joined Delbert256 as SOS Death Pilot. Good to have you on board. Dominic says, if I get rid of my Vista units, I may swap for the Goggles 2. May swap the Goggles 2 to the N3 because they're much more comfortable. I hear a lot of people saying that. I don't mind the Goggles 2 or the Goggles 3 personally. But I do hear a lot of people saying how much they actually prefer the fit of the N3. SOS Death Pilot said that was me that was fitting. And SOS Death Pilot says the M10 Mini. Yeah, well, that's the M10 Nano. And if you look at the size difference, I'm trying to get them together. So that's the M10 Mini. And that's the M10 Nano. So if you can get ideally the Flyfish or whatever was recommended to me the other day, but I did forget because I'm an old man. Dominic says, I've ordered the 75 Pro from Beta FPV directly on AliExpress, £184, including 4 lava lipos. Shame it's taken an age to ship. That's really good. That's a really good deal. Ask Only Drones how long it took his to ship. He was one of the first 300 to buy one, and his only arrived, I think, was it last week? Mad how long it's taken. I know obviously Chinese New Year did cause all the shutdowns, including the shipping. I've actually got something coming from Team Black Sheep, which landed at London Heathrow on Tuesday last week, or this week, and hasn't moved since. Absolutely mad. What's your best startup song on your drone, says Connor Clark? I probably think, because I'm a roller coaster nut as well, I think the one that's got the Smiler theme tune from Alton Towers on it is probably my favourite. But to be honest, Connor, I love them all, and I will make a video giving you all instructions on how to do it. Dominic says it depends on your nose shape for the Goggles 2. That makes a lot of sense. The issue I have with the Goggles 2 is I've got an astigmatism of like -10. So I wear contact lenses because I am literally blind without them. And again, Only Drones will attest to this. Like the massive adjustments I have to make, even wearing contact lenses, it would make more sense for me to use something like the Goggles N3. But I've got the Goggles 3, so I can't. So it's tough. Got to deal with it. Caroline Tyler says, TBS, is it really wingy? Well, it was winging its way from Hong Kong. It took a day to wing its way from Hong Kong. And then land in London Heathrow. It left Hong Kong on Monday afternoon and arrived at Heathrow on Tuesday evening. And it's just sat there ever since, so I don't know what the hell is going on. Dominic says, if you don't want to buy more GPS units, you can always have it on a plug and then use a lipo strap to mount. Yeah, I've done that before, actually. So you can just put a GPS and mount it on top of your lipo. So just tie it down on your lipo strap, or even use an elastic band. And generally it's fine. If you have a really bad, really big crash, it may detach, but generally speaking, it's not really an issue. Only Drone says, I don't know what that is, Only Drones. What is that emoji? I'm a boomer, remember. What's that emoji? Boy Wonder.
Corn.
Corn. You want the corn intro? I don't know what you mean. I'm a boomer. You need to explain these
I know
things
what
to
it
me.
is.
What is it?
A song.
Is that a
It's
song?
corn. I'll send you the
Okay.
thing.
Damn, son, I'm old.
Okay, I'll
Because I've got no idea what any of you guys are talking about. Yeah, there you go. That's me talk. Oh, right. No, okay. Only Drones has just sent me a DM and explained what he meant, and I cannot repeat it here because it's very, very rude. It's a very, very naughty boy. What else can I show you? I don't think I can show you anything else at the
I've
minute.
sent you a YouTube short of just,
All right, thanks,
a
Boy
short
Wonder.
video of it.
I don't think that's what he meant, but thank you. I think he was being a bit rude. Bit rude. I could show you this, I suppose. This is coming to the channel next week.
Yep. Nothing is just yet.
Not just yet, but bit of a blast from a relatively recent past. I'm not convinced about it at all. It may change my mind, but I'm absolutely not convinced about it. I don't think I'm going to have a very good time with it. But I should always go into these things with a very open and clear mind. Fly times, Dominic. I've also got the Fly B coming on Tuesday as well. Or maybe Monday even. The Fly B 1.6, so that'll be interesting. But that's the Fly times 85. This is the frame from the Fly lens, one of the first drones I reviewed last year. And at the time, it was one of the first sort of small 2S 2-inch 03 drones, and at the time it was brilliant, but again, as time sort of progressed, it got left behind by everybody else and really started to show its age really, really quickly. Only Drone says, thank you, Boy Wonder. Is that the song I want? Yes, the song Corn meme,
Yes,
Only Drones,
it
exactly
is.
what you asked for.
Yes,
Nothing else
it is.
that rhymes with corn. Anyway, welcome to the hub of FPV drone knowledge. Right, I am far too old for this. I am
It's corn.
yes, corn. There you go.
Corn.
So we've got the Morse 7 coming. We've got a 6S 2.5-inch coming. We've got the widget review and instructions on how to install them coming. We've got the DJI FPV coming. We've got the Flywoo Fly B16 coming. We've got the Flywoo Fly times 85 coming, and anything else that comes in between them. How do those 2.5-inch Axons fly? Really, really, really well. If you check out my playlist, I've got a review of it from about 4 weeks ago. It's probably about the 5th or 6th video down. Really good. It actually shocked me at how good it was. I wasn't expecting what I got. Oh yeah, nice one, Boy Wonder, nice one. Yeah, it shocked me how well it flies, so much so that I've actually given it the 6S treatment, and I've built what I consider to be the ultimate 2.5-inch. You've got an F7, you've got 6S, you've got GPS, and you've got an 03. And it should all come in just under 250 grams as well. So, but yeah, go check that review out. I think you'll enjoy it. It really did shock me. But the Avion Nexa, the 3.5-inch one, is so much more refined, so fun. I've got an Apex 2-inch frame to build. Oh, that reminds me, I've got an Apex 2-inch frame to build from about August last year. It may be worth it. May build it with an 04 light. That makes sense. Let us know how you get on, Dominic. I'd be interested to see how that goes. I think I'm in a minute. Yeah, once we hit an hour. I'm actually tempted to build mine with a HD0 unit, to be honest. Just because I think there needs to be a bit more HD0 content on this channel. Because I quite like what they're doing. I just wish the goggles wasn't so expensive, but this is me saying the same thing every week. It's been sitting in a drawer for the last 6 months, was a £5 on AliExpress. Dominic, again, you and I probably could be twins because I got mine about 6 months ago. It cost me a £5 on AliExpress and it's been sitting in a drawer ever since. But yeah, that's a 2-inch. This is obviously a 2.5-inch. So they do fly considerably differently because I have got another 2-inch, and the 2.5 inches seem to just ratchet it to a whole new level. But that's not to say that the 2 inches are not incredibly fun. You know, everything is, as long as you know how to fly it and fly it in the right way. Anyway, that's me mumbled on for long enough talking absolute rubbish. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you all here with me and Boy Wonder this evening. We'll do it again next Saturday. It is half-term week where my kids live this week, so if we can do a few more lives at the field, if the weather holds out for us, we will do. But if we don't, we will see you next Saturday. And until then, peace out. Buy all the drones. Dominic says my 3-inch Apex frame from AliExpress cost me £7. Wow. And it's taken some serious beatings on bandos. People say the quality is bad. I've got some really good frames off AliExpress. Only Drones has got a Gepard C frame off AliExpress, and he has smashed that thing to bits. Do me a massive favour, Dominic, if you don't mind. Can you send me a link to that? If you can jump into the Discord, there's a link further up, or if you can just reply to one of the videos and just drop a link, and I'd love to actually build one of those. It's Samuel FPV says, what do you think is the best swoop for a beginner? The Meteor 75 HD, as mentioned by Only Drones. There is a review of it, Samuel, on my channel. It's the last video I've done from yesterday. Please do go check it out. Dominic has joined the Discord. Thank you, Dominic. Samuel, if you need any more further advice, this stream is just ending now. The Discord link is down below. Jump into the Discord and I'll talk you through it. But it needs to be, in my opinion, the Meteor 75 HD with the 04 light. Don't start with anything that is analog in 2025. It's just not worth it. Thank you so much, Dominic, for joining. Thank you for chatting. If you can drop a link in the Discord, bro, to that Apex 3-inch frame, I'm going to build one of those. That'd be amazing. Caroline Tyler says, bye, catch you later. Only Drone says, and another one. Peace out, everybody. Thank you so much for your time.